How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, RuffledRowlit, back with a brand new video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about rumors. We're going to be talking about rumors and stuff. You guys know how this works, honestly. We've been probably watching enough videos to know what we're talking about at this point. We've got rumors, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be talking about them. So, first of all, you may notice behind me, we got some neon leaves, or whatever they're called. Nano leaves, I think? Neon leaves? No, nano leaves. That react whenever I speak, so that's going to be interesting. I hope you guys like that, though. Basically, every time I speak, it's going to be lighting up behind me. So, either way, what are we talking about today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, today we are going to be talking about, specifically, a rumor that popped up from an individual that seems to have predicted every single game that was going to be in this month's Nintendo Direct that actually already happened. As you guys know, we've already checked that out. We already watched it and all that. So I'm going to go through that, as well as some other rumors and a bunch of other stuff as well, some speculation. Basically, a mixture of things is what we're going to go through today, guys. And also some hints, potentially, from Masuda. So we're going to go through all of that. And yeah, I guess we just get right into it at this point. So, here we go. Let's jump into the actual first thing here. So, as you may notice here, just looking at my screen, we've got a bunch of tweets here, and I didn't think much about this when I first saw it, but when I read through it and I actually looked at the dates of the posts, something became evidently clear to me, and that is that Mug here is a legend. Okay, so let's start from the bottom here. First thing he posted was next month, and this was posted on the 24th of January 2019. The next thing he said here, which this one's not relevant to what we're talking about, this one right here was Yoshi. Again, this he posted on the 11th of February. He posted Yoshi, and then he posted Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem, Daemon X Machina, Bloodstained, okay, Bloodstained, Mortal Kombat, Box Boy, 2D Zelda, Mario Maker, Dragon Quest, Star Fox, Platinum Games, Assassin's Creed, 5 minutes on 5 minutes on Three Houses. Bruh, just waiting. Okay, let's think. The next things we're gonna get into. But basically, the games he went through here are essentially the biggest ones that actually ended up happening. So one of them here, for example, Mario Maker. Actually, we got that, right? That was actually in there. Marvel's Alliance, that was also there. Let's check right here. Box Boy was also there, so that was also predicted correctly. Then the Smash update, which wasn't that important. Small Toad DLC. Bloodstained here. It was a brand new Bloodstained game. Ritual of the Night. I had not seen anybody else talk about this, but this man got it. What else? Let's see. Dragon Quest, of course. Dragon Quest and Dragon Quest 11. Dragon Quest Builders 2 and Dragon Quest 11 is what popped up here, right? So Dragon Quest Builders 2 and Dragon Quest 11 got a, announcement for the Switch, which I think we already kind of knew. Dragon Quest 11. I thought it was already coming, so I don't know about that, but I guess it wasn't until now. This game he didn't mention because it's just one of the smaller games. Star Fox he mentions here, specifically for Starlinked, right? Because that's what he also like corrected himself up here when somebody asked him about it. Star Fox, somebody said liar, he said Starlink. Well, he was correct there. Star Fox did pop up here, and they talk more about Star Fox in the Starlinked section than they actually did about Star Fox itself. So, just saying. Anyway, some smaller games which I don't know anything about. Oninaki. Don't know much about that either. It's from Square Enix. But here we go. Yoshi's was in there as well, of course. We kind of expected that. Let's see. Then, of course, we had Daemon X Machina later on. So, Three Houses. Here's the thing I want to look at Three Houses, right? So, Three Houses starts from, like, here. And he said 5 minutes. So, that should be, like, until 23 minutes in is when it should be pretty much finished. Which it actually is. Wow. Okay. Holy shit. It was actually a 5-minute segment. Oh, shit. He actually he even said the exact time it was going to be. And this was posted at 8:22 a.m., by the way. 8:22 a.m. on the 13th. That was way before the actual thing happened. So, shit. I don't know, my dudes. That is actually very strange. But I thought it would be worthwhile bringing that up as well. Either way. People have been also asking him, and he answered this as well on Twitter, saying, he basically asked, because people keep asking me, I don't have any news on Pokemon announcements, but I'm pretty sure it will be on the way, and yeah, that's fair enough. That makes total sense to me, so I don't see an issue with that whatsoever. But genuinely, like, this is actually, this is actually kind of insane. The man was on point, and he did also mention Marvel's Ultimate Alliance here, but everything before that, he got right, though. There was no game here that he included that didn't actually get featured. Daemon X Machina got shown off as well. He didn't put it in the exact order, and he said next month, back in the 24th of January. So he did know that was going to be coming. So now with Pokemon, as he mentioned, you know, people keep asking about it. And he did say he has no news on it on the announcement, but he's saying he's pretty sure it will be on the way. And somebody asked him, is this a guess? And he said no. So I guess he means that it's coming, and it's not a guess of his, but rather it's some level of knowledge, I guess, is what he's got there. So, hey, I'll give the man a benefit of the doubt and assume that he knows something about that as well. But I just want to bring this up because I want you to keep track of Mug here, because clearly something is up with this dude. And also, if you want to know, like, you know, when these posts came out, I'm actually going to go check my Twitter real quick and just find a similar, you know, type of deal. For example, right here, this was posted 24 hours ago. This was posted at 3:48 p.m., right? His tweet here, the 13th, the one on the 13th, this one was made at 8:22 a.m., right? And mine was made at 3:48 p.m. So his was made, like, what, in the morning? Like, really early in the morning, right? That's when his tweet was made. So 8:22 in the morning is when his tweet was made on the 13th. But the direct for me, and remember, this is being shown in my time zone, right? Because that's what my Twitter is set to. It's set to my time zone. So this was in the morning for me, but the direct for me was happening at literally almost midnight. That's when the direct was happening for me. So yeah, the man knew ahead of time. Of course, it would be cooler if these weren't on the 13th, because now people would be like a little bit confused, like, oh, this one was on the 13th. But still, every single thing before here was correct, though. Final Fantasy as well, I forgot to mention that. Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9 getting re-releases on the Switch. I mean, hey, shit, this man got something right here. So that's all I'm saying is just keep attention to Mug here and pay attention to what he's doing, because it could be worthwhile for the future. So I would definitely recommend keeping track of what he's doing, potentially for Pokemon coming our way sooner or later as well. So do keep track of that. And also, by the way, I'm getting a haircut today, so you're not going to have to look at my bloody stupid hair anymore. Also, this came to me from one of you viewers. I can't remember exactly who sent this to me, but thank you either way. But basically, it's people, like, it's basically Paul Ryan, aka Pokeshopper, responding to a few people about Generation 8. So for example, right here, one of the first things here, I'm not sure if this is, like, I think the middle one is the one that you guys want to hear most about, but either way, he was saying here, I've been saying this in every possible way, but looks like a decent amount, just ignored it. Do you think the 5-day event for Pokemon Day means something is up? 100%. And yeah, you know, basically, he's just saying that, yeah, there's going to be probably something coming our way soon. I mean, he's saying that it's going to happen in the next 2 weeks, or in 2 weeks, rather, on the 26th. That's when he's saying the direct's going to happen. Sorry, the announcement's going to happen for Pokemon Generation 8, which I also think so. I also think it's going to happen in 2 weeks. On the 26th is when I'm thinking it's going to happen, but honestly, who knows at this point? It's just hard to know, man. It's just so hard to know, because these things can pop up at any given time. But I think the 26th makes sense. It's a good timing. And I don't know what else to say about that. I think that's just kind of one of those things that, you know, I think is worthwhile just remembering. But yeah, so, hey, a lot of possibilities. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, one of the next things here, and so many people have been sending this my way, saying that, you know, look at what Masuda said. Look at what Masuda posted. And I thought it'd be worthwhile just to mention this. It's a little bit of one of those things where potentially, it could be a hint. I don't know. It could potentially be a hint here. So I thought we'd take a look at this as well and just kind of, you know, talk about it. So the first thing here, of course, is let's translate the tweet just barely and see what it's about. So he was saying here, good morning, everyone. It's cold today, too. So I want to eat something warm. Lol. I got a $B for a time now laughs. And then the actual image here shows a Weedle with the CP of 199. Of course, in Pokemon Go. Then it's got a 4.16 kilogram, I guess, size, whatever. But then on the candy here, it says 226. Now, people are predicting down here that the 226 Weedle candy and the 199 CP equals the 26th of the 2nd, 2019, which is very far-fetched. I want to be honest. That seems very far-fetched. But you got to remember one thing, and I want to find you this video so I can just show you what I'm talking about. Because with Masuda, you never really know. Let's see. Masuda, well, let's see. Pokemon, let's go. Oof, that was misspelled. Let's go. Masuda hint. Let's see. Here we go. So this was, I'm trying to find like the original one because this was so long ago. But basically, Masuda posted an image on Twitter of him playing Pokemon Go. And here we go, guys. So I found the actual image here. So here it is. Masuda tweeted this on the 19th of May, 2018. He tweeted this, and also I remember my boy Mikey, actually, my friend, sent this my way, letting me know about it. But basically, he tweeted this out, and he said, I lizard a good friend in Kyoto, lol. And here you see something very interesting. Right up there on the incense that he's got, like, on him, it says 522 and 529. Now, the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee announcement happened, I think, on... I can't remember if it was it was one of those 2 dates, right, though. God, I want to remember exactly but it's been so long now. But it happened, and let me just find actually the exact date here. So it actually ended up happening on specifically the 29th of May. That's when we got the actual reveal. So he actually predicted it here with the egg. I thought it was the incense, but actually it was the egg. So with the egg here, he actually predicted that or the lucky egg, I guess. We knew with that then that we were going to be getting a direct, specifically, a Pokemon announcement on that day. It actually happened, 5/29, the 29th of May. It happened. So there's a possibility now that right here, the 226 could be referring to the 22nd of February. But also, it could be that 416 that right there, right? That could also be a possibility. Like, oh, it's going to be happening on, what, April the 16th. That's also a possibility. 199. Oh, I don't know. Maybe... I don't know, I'm just going a little bit over the top. Maybe 19.9, I don't know, dude. My point is this, though, that if the 226 actually means anything, it'll be cool, it'll be really awesome, because it's happened before. That's the thing, though. You know, it's happened before with Masuda. He did it like this, so the man has hinted before. And also, with his tweet having, like, it's cold today, so I want to eat something warm. Like, yeah, that's a logical thing to say, right? Yeah, it's cold, so of course you want to eat something, you know, warm. But, you know, you could also be like, you know, take that specifically, because this man is sketchy, okay? This is Masuda. You don't look at what Masuda does and think like, oh, this makes sense. No, you gotta look at it being like, huh, this is sketchy as shit, because it is sketchy as shit. You never know with this man. So that's what specifically you gotta remember, that possibly here, he could be hinting at something, you know, warm, hot, cold, warm, etc., right? Something like that, you know, because people have been, you know, kind of speculating it's going to be, like, positive, negative, you know, like, degrees, you know, with this thing, positive, positive, negative, and that's also, you know, when you calculate, when something's cold or warm, you use, you know, degrees, so that's the reason I want to specifically bring that up, because you never know. And also, if the games end up being something like plus and minus, cold and warm still makes sense with that, right? Positive, negative, it still makes sense. So I want to bring that up. I want to mention that, and I want to know your opinions, guys. Do you think that Mug here is worthwhile keeping track of? Because I think he's worthwhile keeping track of. Also, I'd love to know your thoughts on specifically what's happening with this right here, with the Pokemon Day coming up, and if you think we're going to be seeing Pokemon, Pokemon get an announcement, a huge reveal, the day before Pokemon Day on the 26th. And also, what do you think about Masuda's latest image here of Weedle? What are your thoughts on that? Because last time around, it actually ended up being a full-on prediction, and it ended up being real. 522 and 529 Pokemon Direct. Do you think this is funny? Because it is not. I remember people were like really mad about this. Like, people were going apeshit. People were saying like, please announce the game already. Come on, man. And guess what? It ended up being real. The man actually gave us a date through a tweet with a freaking Pokemon Go countdown. It's actually insane to me that he did that. But yeah, he actually ended up doing it. So that's why I want to mention it, so you guys remember it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Actually, I mean, if this was coincidence, I don't think so, because he's hinted stuff through his Twitter before. But either way, guys, thanks so much for watching, though. My name is RuffledRowlit. Have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.